to get in trouble for this.
You own a 360. You're an RPG fan. You finished Oblivion months ago. You're one depressed dude. Cue Enchanted Arms, a melodramatic romp through Final Fantasy-style environments. While the beautiful visuals won't disappoint, some of the more frustrating genre trappings stand out more than ever on this lush landscape. In classic RPG fashion, you play a ragtag student who quickly finds himself on a quest to save his friends and the world. Atsuma has a magical or enchanted arm that makes him somewhat of an outcast at magic school. When an earthquake frees the magical golems in the area, all hell breaks loose, literally. To make matters worse, one of the devil golems attacks and kidnaps Atsuma's friends. Atsuma has to build a group of fighters and golems to help him on his quest to save his friends and Yokohama City. And this is where the extensive, in-depth tutorial mercifully comes to an end. It's so long-winded that you would think turn-based combat was some revolutionary paradigm shift. The story is told primarily through dialogue scenes that showcase two characters on screen at a time. Considering Enchanted Arms is an Xbox 360 game, it's disappointing to see it using a dialogue technique custom-made for the Super Nintendo.
I believe you need lectures in how to lie more effectively.
There are cinematic cutscenes, but they're few and far between. You might be thankful of this, however, because the voice acting is painfully ridiculous.
Single brain cell alert.
Whenever you tire of hearing the most cliché gay character in the history of video games, you can turn on the original Japanese voice acting, but you'll still have to read all the stilted, repetitive dialogue.
It's still too soon for you to show your true colors, Atsuma.
You'll spend the majority of your time in the Enchanted Arms world exploring and trying to follow the story. Just like most RPGs, if you're not running around looking for the next mission, you're talking to NPCs or fighting to gain experience. Each party member has EP points, which determines what attacks they can do, and VP points, which can heal characters after battles. The EX gauge governs your summon attacks, and the game runs on the standard hit point system for health.
Eat this! Huh.
There are also combos that you can earn by properly placing your team on the battle grid. Once two players fill their co-op gauges, they can attack the same enemy for a devastating combo attack. Characters can buy and equip new skills at shops, and your entire party can be switched out whenever you want. This comes in handy when a character's VP goes to 0 and he can't heal himself. As you go through the game, you face golems of all types and sizes. When you defeat them, you can take their core and then synthesize it with gems and other materials to create a golem for your party. Weapons can also be synthesized, and many characters and attacks are embedded with specific elements, which can increase or decrease the damage done based upon the enemy's alignment. All this may make it seem like Enchanted Arms is a Frankenstein created from the greatest parts of the genre, but the turn-based combat system is flawed. Enchanted Arms locks you into battling on a grid, with attacks that strike a specific area and characters that have to move into a specific position. This means there's plenty of strategy, but zero originality. And if the combat options don't seem robotic enough, you can let the game do all of it for you with the auto-fight function. Despite all the intricacies of the combat, the completely random placement of your characters at the beginning of the battles can cost you 2 turns. You can also end up in battles where neither character can attack far enough to do damage, or with 2 healing characters and no fighters.
Oh yeah? You want a piece of me too?
No, actually.
The Xbox 360 helps Enchanted Arms generate some of the most colorful and lively environments we've ever seen in a console RPG. Unfortunately, the more elaborate each area is, the more jarring it becomes when you encounter glitches like invisible walls, weird running animations, and disappearing bodies. The environments technically look great, but artistically they fall flat. From the schoolyard to the ice worlds to the woods, everything screams generic.
My. He
Enchanted Arms is the best Japanese RPG on next-gen consoles, but that's because it's the only one. The colorful adventure is typical in just about every imaginable way, and while the battle system has a hint of originality, it's all blown to bits by the random nature of the grid system. The real-time world that you explore in Enchanted Arms looks as good as those in pre-rendered cutscenes in PS2 RPGs. But if you're tired of RPG conventions and random gameplay, steer clear of Enchanted Arms.